Hello there, good evening. Today I will continue on my game development journey where I left. About for the last 2 days, I did not manage to do anything about developing the game because the issues arises. That's why I could not manage to spend some time while developing my game yesterday and the day before. That's why today I got some time to catch up and continue on the game development journey. Actually, in the last days, in the days within the days in the last week, I managed to do something and resolve some bugs inside my game. And today I'm thinking about continuing on developing UI elements in the chapter 3 section, and I had an issue. I had a talking balloon issue over over my character. That's why today I will focus on I will focus on that issue. I will start with it and then continue to developing the UI elements over the chapter 3 section. And if I had some time left, maybe I will continue on developing and adding UI elements in the chapter 4 section, and then that's all for today. I will say that's all for today, and that's my plan for today. So let's start and let's see where we left off. So in order to go to the chapter 3, let's go and make a new game. Let's go to save manager and refresh file list. And I guess this was the chapter 3. Save file and go next. Also you will find assistance zones, and this is the talking about the welcoming texts about the chapter 3 sections. And I go and gather waste and go grab another waste and drop it over here and grab this one, and I want this chapter to end negative, and here this chapter ended negatively. So when I press retry, okay, this was one of my main bugs. The waste card does not start from the beginning. So let's start to fix it from here. Let's go to chapter 3 GUI section. And here, this is the method which is called when I press retry button. So I wanted to add resetting the position of this waste card to the start inside this method. So I needed to find and get the reference for this object, which is currently the carry card movement, carry card distance script. This may be the thing. Check distance to character. Parent spline follower, follow speed. follow duration, follow speed. Location, is there? No. Distance. Let's add a method in here as public void reset distance of carry card in here, and let's get our parent supply follower dot set distance offset modifier travel with offset set distance to 0 and save this one. Also, I wanted to call this from the button, from the GUI, in order to check this over here. Yes, this is my button, and when I press my button, the card goes back to its start position. Let's try reloading the chapter 3 section and let's see if this method is working. Okay. Reset distance of carry cards. When I press this button, it just resets the position of my card to the start position, which is suitable for me when I retrying the chapter. So let's go over to chapter 3 GUI and find my retry section, find my retry button, and var carry card movements, carry card movements equals find an object by type carry card movements true, find object of type carry card movement true, and let's reset distance of carry card. Right now, whenever I press this do after retry button inside my GUI, my carry card returns back to the starting position, which is suitable for me when I'm trying to retry my chapter. So let's go and try this one again. But I don't understand why my carrying card goes back to this position. and does not follow me. Follow the main character. It should follow the main character. Now let's press retry button and let's check where the carry card movement, the carrying card will be in the start position. Yes, exactly. Whenever I like. But also I see that the voice dropped count in here is still 2. But when I wanted to retry the chapter, I want the voice dropped count to be the 0. That's why I also needed the carry card carrying reset method, which is public void resets waste dropped count, which is waste dropped count to 0. And let's go back to our chapter 3 GUI, find our retry button, carry cards carrying equals carry cards carrying and carry cards carrying reset base dropped count to 0. I do not need to check this and see if this is working, so I will continue on the next issue, which is when I get a nutrient or a waste, the talking balloon appears over my character, and I do not want this to happen. That's why I will rearrange the position of the talking balloon over my main character. So let's do this one. Let's see my time scale and set it back to 2. You see, this is my character, main character behind the talking balloon, and I want this talking balloon to appear above my main character. I just copy the component values of my talking balloon because as you see, it just disappears. However, I wanted to arrange it in game view, and let's see where my paste component values, they are here, and where is my talking balloon? I do not see it in here. I do not understand why. Yes, this is the section, this is the thing, and the value should not equal to minus 250 but minus 180 will be better for this. So let's go our chapter 3 GUI and look for minus 25 in here and change this value to minus 180. Let's go and check if this simple trick creates an effect that I want. So yes, this does the job. I grab this one, and as you can see, the balloon, talking balloon, appears above my main character. And let's go and put this nutrient inside the digesting zone, and I got the well done section. You successfully assisted the intestine in keeping things tidy. It's really grateful for your help. Yes, the intestine inside our body is really grateful for our help right now, because we help the intestine to get rid of the waste and digesting all the foods. So let's go and continue on the next section. First thing first, I just wanted to remove this save file, the chapter 3 save file, and rename this chapter 3 save file. And I need to generate another save file for the chapter 4. Let's go over here and load up my chapter 4 section. But first thing first, I do not have any chapter 4 GUI section available, which will consist of the methods for the chapter 4 GUI executions, and which will be responsible for the GUI, the text inside the text workflow inside the chapter 4 section. That's why first of all, I wanted to focus on this section, and I needed to generate a chapter 4 GUI game object inside in here, as I did in chapter 3 and chapter 2 and chapter 1, as you can see in here. So I just duplicate this and rename it as chapter 4 GUI, and right now on here I just needed to generate another script called chapter 4 GUI, and this script will be responsible for the executions inside the chapter 4 section. Let me just close down these other classes inside my Visual Studio. I will go and let's copy all of these, and let's rename the chapter 3 GUI parts with the chapter 4 parts. Let's rename it. Replace chapter 3 with chapter 4. Replace that one. Replace that one also, and this one also, and this one also. I'm not really sure about this. I will just do a comment in here and in here, and let's continue from here. chapter 4 waste text. Here, there. I do not have any of these, so just remove these sections in my chapter 4 GUI, and these ones also. And let's continue it from here. So that's all. Let me just remove these comments, because I really do not like to be comments walking around. That's why I will remove these ones. So far so good. Let's go back to my game, and let's go and see my behavior tree, because generally the behavior tree right now, I guess the behavior tree consists of lots of issues, lots of bugs which needs to be replaced manually. Let's remove the chapter 3 GUI and see my behavior tree in chapter 4. These are these methods belongs to chapter, since these methods belongs to chapter 3 GUI classes, I just needed to replace them with my chapter 4 GUI methods, because right now I'm starting to working on the chapter 4 section, so I will just manually do the labor and manually change the methods right now as fast as possible. Function, and see my disable repeats in here. Another execute function and load tutorial text, and this is clear. Function, disable repeats in here also. Another method, load tutorial welcome, in here. When I remove both of them, and the mark is gone, the warning is gone. Let's continue here. The collectible grabbed, disable tutorial text and switch back to player active. Disable tutorial text and switch back to. This is good. Let's remove this one and this one also. And negative. And it's all clear. There are no marks inside my behavior tree, and it's good to go for the chapter 4 GUI section. Right now I just needed to go and retry from the start and load the chapter 4 section and generate a save file in order to jump in order for me to jump directly to the chapter 4 section. So let's go and generate that save file. And this should be my chapter 4 save file. However, we have a problem over here because my operand is already running and my operand is already racing. Also, I have a problem with my debug section and lots of null reference error. So if I'm in chapter 246, since this is in WeDebug class, I will just comment this one out in order to not see this null reference exception, because I do not remember why did I put that, why did I generate this one, this e class in the beginning. So let's go and see which one is my other error, which one is my other reference error. This is asking for me to my opponent script. Where is my opponent script? Opponents scripts. Yes, this is my opponent script. And is there anything null in here? Yes, player spline follower is null in here. My player spline follower should be my player's spline follower. What is it? I do not understand. Okay, so this is my character movements chapter 4. It's over here, and what is the spline follower in here? This is it. However, in my opponent script, okay, does player spline follower is null or spline follower is null? player's plan follower is null. So let's see if my player's plan follower is null and go and get my player's plan follower. Let's see if this will work. Let's press new game and load chapter 4, and I still get an error over here. Why did I get this error? Where is my opponent? My opponent is... My player's plan follower is still missing. I have my player. This one with character movements, chapter 4, but my character movement chapter 4 is not enabled. Maybe this may be the result of my problem. Maybe this may be the load here. Let's load here and see if my character chapter 4, and yeah, this is the source of these null reference errors. So when I try to load my new game and press new game and load chapter 4, I just needed to get sphere and change these ones and get a save manager, generate a save manager, and see if this save file is working. Let's put the name of this as chapter 4, but I forgot to do something about my save managers, because after I generated the chapter 4 GUI behavior tree, I forgot to add this save manager inside the active game object lists, both active game object lists and to blackboard list, and my character is already in the blackboard list. So just remove this one, which is a duplicate of the one above, and group these ones near each other. So when I wanted to load the chapter 4 section, I want my character, main character, I want the blackboard canvas value in here. Okay, why did I put over here. Why did I make it like this? Game started phase on chapter 4 phase. I want this to be in chapter 4 phase. But where this event is generated? Is this generated inside my camera? It should be generated. Yeah. This is my camera state on chapter 4. And I want this to be as here. However, okay, let's continue with the other things I want in my chapter 4 section. Let's go and disable the chapter 1 GUI and enable the chapter 4 GUI. I want this GUI to be enabled in the chapter 4 section, and I also want these things to be enabled inside chapter 4 section. And I want this to be also in chapter 4 section. These are my chapter 4 objects, and let's generate another save file in here. Save game. So let's remove this one and rename the one newly generated, and goes back to new game section and load from save manager. Refresh file list, find the chapter 4 and load from here. And as you can see, I still have my issues. I still have my null reference errors inside here. So my character movements, this blackboard is still in chapter 1. However, this should be the chapter 4 script should be enabled in here. But why does not this works? Or just to be clear, I do not remember why did I generate this section, and I do not remember where does this if chapter 4 phase or if chapter 3 phase events are even called from. Okay, global send event on chapter 1 phase, global send event on chapter 4 phase. These things, the events are called from here. What is it? What is it? Chapter FSM? What? Chapter FSM? What? Chapter FSM? Yes, this is it. But this is still in chapter 1 section. This is not it. This is, yes. Why does it still in chapter 1 section? Because as far as I remember, I saved the behavior tree. I saved, yes, and this is in chapter 4 section. However, when I go inside the, when I go into this thing, it says me this is in chapter 1 section. Okay, this may be related to like this in here, when the game starts, the chapter, the name of the chapter in here, the variables, the enumeration has 4 states, 4 sections: chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and the game starts. Enumeration. When I press new game, the enumeration goes from game start to chapter 1. But after I am loading, after I try to load from chapter 1 section to chapter 4, I change this enumeration from chapter 1 to chapter 4. However, there is no way, there is no connections between chapter 1 and chapter 4. That's why the enumerations, the functions, the states does not change from chapter 1 to chapter 4, because there is no connection between chapter 1 and chapter 4. The only connection between chapter 1 and chapter 4 is going from chapter 4 directly into the chapter 1. As you can see, there is an arrow, but this arrow is not bidirectional, is not unidirectional. This is only bidirectional. It's only one-way connection. So if I change this connection like here, or maybe adding a connection like this from chapter 1 to chapter 4, as if current states okay, check enum, chapter 4. Right now, when I'm loading, when I press new game and load my chapter 4 file, as you can see, no, it's not working. No, actually it works. It just enables my chapter 4 script. However, the name of the main character, my main character, is still chapter 1. Okay, something seems broken in here. Let's try it from the start. As you can see, it's in game start phase, and when I press new game, it goes directly from go into the chapter 1 state. So when I load into the chapter 4 state, right now it's in chapter 4 state. However, my main character is still in chapter 1 state. because it still has the same problem in here, because in here chapter 1 and chapter 4 state does not have any connection in between them. So if I go over here and open my behavior tree and generate a connection between chapter 1 and chapter 4, and event name, events, check events, check events thing. No, I just want the same. Okay, I did not manage to find the same event in here. Can I just copy from? Yes, I can copy from here. And can I paste in here? No, not a chance. Here, yes, I found it. Thank you, Node Canvas, for giving me this opportunity to just copy and save between the nodes, between the connections, between behavior inside the behavior tree. So let's go to my save manager, load my chapter 4, and as you see, I have my character in chapter 4, chapter function state machine, finite state machine in chapter 4, and my chapter 4 items are enabled, and my chapter 4 GUI should be enabled. However, this is not. So let's enable this one and generate another save file. But before that, okay, my chapter 4 GUI is not in here. So let's go to my save file and see. As you can see, I still have my chapter 3 GUI as the last one. Let's select this one. Now same game. No, not right now. Save game. Chapter 4 GUI. Enable this one. And right now I want to generate a save game. So let's see. Can I just load directly into the chapter 4 save game? Why not? Okay, but why? I have my chapter 4 in here. See my chapter 4. This does not exist. Why this does not exist? Let's go to my recycle bin and restore. Let's try loading this and this. Not a chance. And got my last working chapter 4 back to see if that works. Yes, this is working. And let's continue from here to see what is missing or where did I do wrong. This is my chapter 4 GUI. Go to my save manager and make a save game. So this is my newest save game for the chapter 4 section, and let's see if it's working. Yes, it's working right now. More or less it's working, only the opponent is still running through the track, and it should not be like this one, but it's not a problem currently. But I do not understand. I guess I have already resolved this issue. Oh, this does not result. Generate a connection from chapter 1 to chapter 4. New game, go to my save file, refresh file list. Yes, this is chapter 4, this is chapter 4. This is looking good, this is looking nice, and I'm happy with this save file, so I'm removing this one and I'm renaming this new file as the chapter 4 save file. So right now let's investigate why my opponent is just running through the track and does not wait for the race to start. Okay, it just starts to moving without any starting whistling. Follow speed, distance with player, get distance with player, update by follow speed, update character position, on trigger enter, apply penalty with duration. But this does not have any game start boolean or something like that. Opponent input vector, player. Okay, what is the opponent input vector? This is the opponent input vector, but why does it 1? Yes. Opponent input vector, why are you 1? It's currently 0, but when I press new game, okay, card render, the card render. Oh, the card render is already 1. Let's check this to 0. Let's reset it to 0 and reload chapter 4. But the opponent is still running across the track. I cannot manage to stop the opponents because the input vector is still the 1. Why? What sets the opponent input vector to 1? Cards render. It's in here. Okay, I do not have any one in y-axis. Refresh file list, simulate chapter 4. When I load it, this changes the vector y to 1. If distance with player, this may result from here. This may be the results from in here. So I needed to check if the player starts this chapter, if the player inputs anything in order to stop the race. After then the opponent can start working on the race. The opponent can start running through the track. So I need to add another can start the race before the fixed updates in here. check can start race method in here. If race has started, do this, else do that. Okay, maybe a boolean in here. Race has started. Let's set this boolean as false. False. If race has started, check can start race. Return. If race has, this is the guard clause before running the fixed update method. It just checks if the race has started, but if the race doesn't start, it checks that if the race can start, and if the race can start condition happens, the race has started to be will be the boolean will be true, and maybe a boolean will be better inside in here, and this function should be public because I will call this function from the player section. So let's save this in here and go to my main character. Main character, this is my main character, and this is the script I'm using in the chapter 4 section. And let's see in here that what will happen for chapter 4 section. In the behavior tree of chapter 4 section, chapter 4 GUI. Yes, in here I have this load tutorial welcome. Load tutorial welcome section, and this is the last text this chapter loads, then the chapter starts with is player active, and when the button is pressed, the next button is pressed in here, I needed to start the chapter, I needed to start the race. After player press next button in here, the opponent should start moving, the opponent should start the race. Story welcome button, set variables, load story welcome text. So when this load tutorial welcome is called, chapter 4 tutorial text, and then the restart behavior is called, and this goes from here to is player active section. So if penalty applied, where is my opponent? Okay, I will deal with this after I deal with it with the GUI sections, the text sections inside the chapter 4, and after the chapter 4 GUI sections are implemented, the text sections are implemented, I will continue on developing this part. So let's continue with the text with integrating the text sections. But I have an error over here. What is it? Check and start race. Public void, yeah. Reset start. Okay. Okay, now I do not need that one. And it's all good to go. Let's see. Go to my new game. Get my save manager. Refresh file list. Go to my chapter 4 section. Load this chapter, and this first missing part is why are you running? Why are you running? To opponent, why are you running? It's render. Why do you have any value as race has started? No, the race should not be started. Debug mode, let's see it. Is the race has started? No, it's not started. Then how can you manage to change the y value of this opponent input vector? Bits plan follow speed. Okay, no. Update character position. Opponent input vector should be vector to 0 at the beginning. New game, save file, normal, refresh file, chapter 4. Oh, opponents, why are you doing this to me? Opponents. Is this called? This is calling. Why? It should not be called. This has one reference and it's already inside fixed update. So if race has okay. This is the problem I had. If the race has not started, it should return. New game, refresh file list, check my chapter 4, and you see the methods is working, and this is my opponent, and it's in its place, and it does not just runs around the map. So that's all for today, and I'm stopping in here because I feel a little tired for this section, and tomorrow I hope to continue on integrating the text values in here in the welcome text section in the chapter 4 GUI, and maybe integrating a little text the GUI parts inside this chapter. So that's all for today, and thanks for watching till here, and I guess no one has all watched till here. And that's all. Thank you. And this is my game dev journey, day 45 for a little WebGL game.